Welcome, electronic video guests, to the outer limits of the trading card hobby TTM. Through the mail, we seek to have the famous and the infamous sign the trading cards and photographs we send to them through the mail. Today we have 8 such specimens to examine. 8 trading card autograph request returns to examine. So if you like seeing envelopes being cut open, you've come to the right place. Sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy the fun presented to you from the worldwide YouTube video airfill. We got us a TTM Monday, the best way to start a new week with some TTM through the mail. Trading card autograph request returns. Let's take a look at some sweet returns. That'll help us block out of our mind the fact that the weekend is over and it's back to the everyday grind of day-to-day life. All right, TTM number 1, coming to us from Denver, Colorado. Denver, Colorado. You notice I bend the edge of that envelope to make sure there's nothing along that edge. And then I get a pair of scissors and I carefully cut just a little sliver off the end. That's the best way to open TTMs. I've had these scissors for many years. Look, you see all that? Some glue and sticky substances on there, but you know what? You can't beat a pair of scissors for opening TTM. I recommend it. All right, so we got this one cut open. It's from Denver. What do we got? Oh, look at that beautiful Living Legends card signed by Mr. Ed McCaffrey. Look at that beautiful. That's a 2021 Prestige Living Legends Ed McCaffrey. Look at that nice card. 55 years old. He played 13 years. 9 with the Denver Broncos. Caught 565 passes for 7,422 yards, 55 touchdowns. Best year was probably 2000. Caught 101 passes for 1,317 yards and 9 touchdowns. Played on 3 Super Bowl champion teams. 2 with the Broncos, 1 with the 49ers. Of course, he's the father of Christian McCaffrey, also Dylan, who played quarterback at Michigan, and Luke, who played quarterback for Nebraska. Ed McCaffrey, living legend. That signature came out beautiful on that card. That looks really good. Thank you, Mr. McCaffrey. Really appreciate that. That is a great way to get our TTM Monday started, isn't it? All right, let's look at TTM number 2, coming to us from the great Santa Clarita, California. Nothing on that edge there. Get our scissors. Look how we carefully cut a little sliver off. That's how you do a TTM. No other way will work. Beautiful. Look at that cut. Let's see what we got in our envelope from Santa Clarita. Oh, we got a custom art card to Jeff Love. Always. Must be an actress. At least I hope it's an actress. Oh, that is a great, great actress. Look at that beautiful signature on that beautiful card. Beautiful young lady, Joy Harmon. This is one of our best returns. This is Miss Harmon from a scene in the 1965 movie Village of the Giants. Beautiful young lady. She's now 82 years young. She was a swinging 60s knockout. on almost every hit TV show from the Beverly Hillbillies to Batman, Gomer Pyle, Bewitched, That Girl, The Monkees, The Odd Couple. This Village of the Giants movie, she's part of a group of beach party teens who ingest a special goo that makes them grow to 30 feet tall. There's one memorable scene where one lucky normal-sized boy is dangled from Joy's bikini top, the stuff of a R. Crumb's dream. I wonder if I got a picture of that. Let me set this card here for a second. Rummage around and see if I got a picture of that. I think I might have that. She was a great old actress, like I said, from the 60s, swinging 60s, go girl. Oh, yeah, I got a little picture of that. Let's see if we can get that on camera. There's a lucky young boy swinging from her bikini top. Yeah, it's a dream come true for any adolescent boy. Isn't it fantastic? Joy Harmon, look at this sweet card. That is a beauty. We are so glad to get this back. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, her most famous role, you might not recognize the name Joy Harmon, but you probably saw her, if you've seen a lot of the great old movies, you probably saw her in one of the most memorable scenes in a movie called Cool Hand Luke. Remember that? Remember that great Paul Newman movie, Cool Hand Luke? She was the car wash girl. If you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. Joy Harmon, the car wash girl from Cool Hand Luke. And I might even have that picture. Let me see. Hang on a second. Don't get so impatient where you just got to rush on to the next TTM. Everything's got to be done in 3 minutes. Just relax, man. Take your Adderall while I find this picture. Oh, yeah. Joy Harmon, the car wash girl from Cool Hand Luke. There she is. Take a look at that. Can you believe that? You remember that scene from Cool Hand Luke. Joy Harmon, the car wash girl. Fantastic. One of the great 1960s icons. Joy Harmon. It's one of our best returns. So glad to get that back from Miss Harmon. Thank you. 82 years old. Love always. I will agree with that 100%. All right, let's take a little moment while you're finishing getting your Adderall choked down. I want to remind everybody, when we get to 1,200 subscribers, we're going to be giving away this 2021 Panini Chronicles Draft Picks. First off the line, sealed box, 4 autographs. Can you believe that? That's the quarterback draft class with Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, etc. Listen, when we get to 1,200, we're giving it away. We only need about 1,116 more. We've been doing great. We've been adding them at an electric pace. We're getting 1 to 2 new subscribers per week. So in another 15 to 20 years, we'll be giving this thing away. Imagine what this will be worth in 15 to 20 years. About the time that Trevor Lawrence and Kyle Trask are being inducted into the Hall of Fame, it's going to be a little gold mine we're sitting on. So let's get to 1,200 subscribers so we can give that away. Hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends and your neighbors, your loved ones, people you kind of just sort of tolerate, whatever. Get people signed up and subscribed. We'll give that away. All right. Let's go on to TTM number 3. This one is coming to us all the way from Salt Lake City, Utah. I hear that Salt Lake is drying up. It's going to be a disaster out there for everybody in Utah. It's just too bad. The edge feels very nice. Remember, get the scissors. Just cut a little sliver off the edge. That's how you do it right. Let's see what we got from you. Oh, we got our note back. Oh, beautiful. One of my all-time favorite Detroit Lions, Mr. Luther Ellis. And he put God bless on there. God bless you, Mr. Ellis. Thank you. Beautiful card, 1995 Fleer Ultra rookie card. Signed by the great old Lions defensive tackle, Luther Ellis. Look at that sweet old card. Luther's 50 years old now. Fantastic player. He played a little bit of defensive end, too. He could play anywhere along that defensive line. Great ball player. 3-time All-Western Athletic Conference. 1994 WAC Defensive Player of the Year and an All-American at Utah. First-round pick by the Lions in 1995. Played 9 years. 2-time Pro Bowler. I believe he's currently the defensive line coach at Utah. He and his wife have 12 kids, 7 of them adopted, so he's done his share for the pro-life movement. Thank you, Mr. Luther Ellis. Look at that beautiful Fleer Ultra rookie card, great signature. He put God's blessing on there. Let's see, I asked him some questions. Let's see what we got on the notes. I mentioned the game he had, a fumble recovery that I saw back at the old Silverdome when he ran a fumble back in against the Redskins. Let me see. He said, I do remember that game. It was a great night. Thanks for your support, and I'm very excited about the Lions and this coming season. And again, God bless Luther Ellis. That is one of our best notes. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Really appreciate it. Luther Ellis, yep. Everybody's excited about the Lions for 2023. Let's hope they don't let us down. Come on, Lions. Detroit needs a winner. Thank you, Mr. Luther Ellis. You are indeed a winner. God bless you, sir. All right. Next TTM coming to us from Charleston, West Virginia. Who in the heck is out in West Virginia? Let's very carefully just cut a little sliver off the end. That way there's no accidents. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got 2 cards. Oh, 2 great vintage Topps football cards signed by the old Minnesota Viking, Mr. Lonnie Warwick. Look at those sweet 1969 Topps cards. Old Lonnie's now 80 years old. Can you believe it? Seems like just yesterday he was out in that field for the Vikings, part of those Purple People Eaters defensive teams. He was the middle linebacker on those great late 60s Purple People Eaters defense. Joe Cap called him the meanest player in the NFL. Vikings signed him off the Southern Pacific Railroad. He'd been out of football after his college career. He ended up playing 12 years. He had 12 interceptions in his career, 1 blocked punt return for a touchdown. Great old school middle linebacker, Lonnie Warwick. Signed off the Southern Pacific Railroad. Thank you, sir. Look at that sweet old card. Hey, there it is right there. Lonnie left school and was working for a railroad when scouts found him. Beautiful. Look at that. That is fantastic. Lonnie Warwick. Joe Cap said the meanest player in the NFL. Thank you, sir. Man, we're getting some great returns to start this TTM Monday. Let's see what we got next. This one is coming to us from San Diego, California. That's Navy City. That's where all the boys want to go to get stuck with each other for 6-7 months underwater. San Diego, get me on a sub. With the crew full of men. That's what they do in Navy Town. Oh, look at this beautiful card. Signed by Mr. Billy Ray Smith. That is a beauty. Looks like the corner got a little dinged up there. What did he do to that? Did he chew on that a little bit before he signed it? Billy Ray Smith, 61 years old. This is a 1990 Pro Set card. Beautiful. He was a great college football player at Arkansas, two-time All-American, 1982 Knute Rockne Trophy winner. This guy was the number 5 overall pick in the 1983 draft by the Chargers. Not quite as dominant in the NFL, but still had a pretty good career as a linebacker. Played 10 years, had 26.5 sacks, 15 interceptions. Best year was 1986 when he had 11 sacks. His wife, Kimberly Hunt, is a TV news anchor in San Diego. Billy Ray Smith, thank you, sir, for signing your 1990 Pro Set card. Really appreciate that. He was a great player at Arkansas, great college ball player. All right, what do we got? 3 left? What's this next one? We don't know where this is coming from. Somewhere in the cosmos, sent to us by the That behind all that. Let's just see what kind of cosmic surprise we got on our TTM Monday. Oh, a beautiful 1991 Top Stadium Club card signed by Mr. Ron Sutter. Look at that sweet old card, Ron Sutter. Of course, that's a very well-known name in the hockey world, Sutter. Old Ron is 59 years old now. He had 5 brothers who also played in the NHL. Can you believe that? Number 4 overall pick of the 1982 draft by the Flyers. Played 19 years. Scored 205 goals. Was more noted as a checking forward than a goal scorer. Ron Sutter of the fabulous Sutter family. Unbelievable. 6 Sutters played in the National Hockey League. Thank you, sir, for signing that 1991 Stadium Club card. Really appreciate it. All right, we got, what, 2 more to go, and this is going to be over. Hard to believe it's going to be over so quick. This one's coming to us from Oakland, California. What in the world do we got coming to us from Oakland? Looks like we got our note back, if I can pull it out without damaging it. Let's see, there's stuck on this little rip right here. Let's pull that right out of there. Let's see, we got our questions answered, I can tell, so the card's probably signed. Yes, it is. Another 1990 Pro Set. This one's signed by the great Keith Millard. That looks beautiful. Great action shot. Look at Keith Millard there sacking Vinny Testaverde. Beautiful picture. Great signature. 61 years old. This guy was one of the best defensive tackles in football his first 5 years. Probably was on his way to the Hall of Fame and he wrecked his knee. The number 13 overall pick by the Vikings out of Washington State in the 1984 draft. He played in the USFL for 1 season, then joined the Vikings in 1985, had 11 sacks that year. He set a record for sacks by a defensive tackle with 18 in 1989. That record held up all the way until Aaron Donald broke it in 2018. Like it says on this card here, 1989 National Football League Defensive Player of the Year. That's right. But then in 1990 he had that knee injury. He tried to come back, only managed to play in 20 games during the next 4 seasons. He could never make it all the way back. He still made the 1980s All-Decade team. 51 sacks in his first 71 games at defensive tackle. Unbelievable. Phenomenal for a defensive tackle. Thank you, Keith Millard, for signing that card. All right, let me see if he answers any questions on the note. Keith Millard. I asked, he had 2 great coaches with the Vikings, Bud Grant and Jerry Burns. Did you like playing for Coach Grant or Coach Burns better? Loved both. It was an honor to play for them. Very nice. Were there any opposing players you really disliked? All of them. That's good. Most people usually don't answer it or say nope. This guy said all of them. He didn't leave on the other team. I don't like you. Thank you, Mr. Millard. That is a great answer to that question. Beautiful. Keith Millard, thank you, sir. We are now down to our last TTM. This here is coming to us from Cleveland, oh ho ho, the mistake by the lake. Cleveland, oh ho ho. Let's see what we got us from Cleveland, oh ho ho. Oh, we got a nice Fleer card signed by Mr. Kirk Loudermilk, 1990 Fleer. Old Kirk is 60 years old now. Center for 12 years in the NFL for the Vikings and Colts in the late 80s and 90s. Third round draft pick out of Ohio State in 1985. Kirk Loudermilk. Look at that nice old Fleer card. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you signing that card. Kirk Loudermilk, center from Ohio State. Very nice. Well, that is some great TTM returns. It's about time we're going to hit the stop button and dump yet another TTM video into the worldwide YouTube video airfill. We'll be back in a couple of days with some more, God willing, of course. Until then, remember a couple of things. Why don't you head over to Amazon.com. Type in that author's name, that's your narrator, that book title. Type that into the search field there on Amazon.com. This book will pop right up. Now, this is a great work of literary fiction for people who scrape by in life, living paycheck to paycheck, sent out of the cosmic void into this world without a clue, herded from birth into a so-called life that says you got to go to school till you're 18 or 22 years old so you can get you a good job, buy you a house full of crap you don't really need but distracts you from enlarging your worldview. You live like a robot just like they want you to, but from time to time you malfunction. You did some things you shouldn't have done or weren't proud of, or things happened to you that made you feel bitter and hopeless. But one lucky day you woke up, your eyes were open, you realized you've been sold a bill of goods. But now what do? How do you live your life? Well, if you're interested in that type of thing, you'd like this book. But if you're easily offended, or you're a crybaby, you just want to be left alone, live like everybody else does, or pretend things will get better, stay away from that. This book ain't from you. But if you're a big boy, a big girl, or a big tranny, you can think for yourself, you just might like this book. So head over to Amazon. Check that out. Buy a copy. Do me a favor, will you? And remember, hit that subscribe button. We get to 1,200. We're giving this thing away. Should be just in time for Kyle Trask Hall of Fame induction. All right, that is it. Until next time, remember, enjoy the rest of your life.